Hi, my name is Sarah Dudley.
I'm Linda Menjivar.
I'm Angel Cabral.
And I'm Daniel Cantor.
And we're in Chef Tracy's Period 1 Kitchen 4 group.
And today we're going to be making Chile's Rellenos and teaching you guys how to make it, so keep watching.
The first step into making your
Chile Rellenos.
You have to put the fire on high on your stove. Take out your griddle and place all 4 chilies on the griddle. Popping will occur. Keep on griddle for at least 10 minutes or until all the skin is black. Turn occasionally.
After your chiles have charred, you take them off heat and place them in a plastic bag.
You let the chilies rest for at least 10 minutes, sealed up so that the moisture is able to be captured inside the bag.
And get as much of the air out as you can.
So while your chiles are resting, they should look like this. You can go ahead and start making your batter by cracking the 3 eggs and separating them from the egg yolk. Just as like that.
You could do it by hand or do it the lazy way.
Exactly. And separate your yolks. Sure, clean after yourselves. And finally, your last egg. And you can go ahead, mix your whites until they're light and fluffy.
And once your egg whites are white, light, and fluffy, you then add the flour and the 3 egg yolks that you set aside. And mix until fully incorporated. After your batter is made, you then take your 4 tomatoes and you cut them in half. You then take your tomatoes and place them into a small pot with water. You take the small pot of water with the tomatoes and place it on the stove over medium heat until your tomatoes are soft. This is recommended to do while another person could be making the batter.
After your chiles have rested, take them out of the bag and begin to peel off the charred skin. And be careful not to rip the chile, because it's very sensitive, as you can see.
After you take off the char of your chilies, you then find an opening in the chili, or cut one if you have not, if you don't have a hole in your chili already. And then you take out the seeds as much as possible and you try to take off all the veins inside of the chili. Be careful not to make any more holes than there already is. But if you do, that is fine. That is why we have toothpicks.
As soon as your tomatoes are done soft and are done simmering, go ahead and place them into the blender. Along with, as soon as you're done placing them, go ahead and put your 1 cup of hot water along with the chicken broth powder and garlic. And go ahead and puree.
So after you made your tomato puree, you're now gonna finish making the sauce. By first, you have to add the oil into a pot that is over low-medium heat. Then you will add the flour to make a roux. Use a whisk to make your roux. And mix this until your flour has turned brown. And once your flour is done turning brown, you then add the tomato sauce that you pureed earlier from the blender and pour it into the pot. Turn your heat off. Then you add the oregano. Incorporate it together. And then you let it sit.
After your sauce is done, you put your oil into the pan and you let it heat up so you can be able to cook your chiles.
And then you take the queso fresco and then you stuff them up on top of the chilies. And then you close the cut with the toothpicks. After you stuff your chiles with the queso fresco and pin them with your toothpicks, you then put them in the batter. And make sure, be careful though, you get batter all over the chile. Then in a separate bowl, no exact measurement of flour, just to coat it to make sure that your batter sticks. You put flour over the chile and you take it over to your hot oil. And you let it cook until the flour has turned golden brown and delicious. So now that your chile is now done and cooked and brown, you shake it off a little bit to get some oil out, not the cheese, sorry, and you put it on your plate.
Okay, but you're not done yet. You could also drizzle the sauce, if you like sauce. It tastes so much better. But don't forget, the toothpicks are still inside, so be careful with the toothpicks.